Hello to Sam and the rest of the team. Love your guys' content. My question is how men should deal with or manage the feeling of loneliness. We got a broken heart here. I am currently 20. My friends like to party and rack up the hours on Steam and don't really improve my sanity when I'm with them. The profession I am pursuing almost forces me to be introverted. He's an ice road trucker and does not benefit from me going to parties and getting drunk, so meeting new people is tough. I don't go to college anymore, so the social aspect of school is also gone. I have friends on the internet/Instagram who I can relate to and be myself with, but I don't have the money to travel as most of my funds go towards my project. What advice can you provide? My take on it is that when you're a youngster, when you're that age, there's more feminine aspects to your personality than you probably want to have. And the socialization shit is one of them. Needing to socialize, needing to have a bunch of friends and all that shit. I think that's normal, obviously, but it's not something that like you need to spend a lot of time like cultivating or satisfying or really exploring in depth, like becoming the master of friends and having a bunch of fucking friends. Like I don't think that's not something that's gonna help you when there's blood and explosions and guts everywhere, and you got fucking War Machine chasing you up a fucking rock climbing wall. You're probably gonna need to have some rocks like this right here, ready to explode. Some explosive push-ups. I think that, like I said, it's natural that age to want to socialize, but I think that people overdo it.
Right.
And I definitely think that the fucking internet guys way overdo it. Like if you're on Discord and you're talking to a group of people online, I think that's too much. I don't know about you. What do you think about that?
I think if you're lonely, like you just need to do something. Like not necessarily get friends, but you just like
you got to do something.
Need to do something to just occupy yourself.
You have to do something. If you're lonely, if you have enough time to think, if you have enough time to fucking think about, where's everyone? Where's my friend? Like you should probably get active.
Right.
You probably know. It's one of those things where the medicine that you need, it's the thing that your body craves is not what's going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I think for most males, when you feel that loneliness and that solitude and that crushing disconnection with people, I think that you probably need to fix it. But the way that most people go about fixing that is a path that you shouldn't take, like going in chat rooms and being finding other people that are fucked up. You need to find people that aren't fucked up. You cannot, because what's gonna happen is if you try to get unlonely, you can't be thinking about this. You can't do this. You have to not just don't worry about it. Just go into the woods, do some shit. Right. If you're thinking about getting unlonely, and you're like, I gotta fix my loneliness, what's gonna happen is you're gonna go on Discord, and you're gonna get groomed into taking female hormones, and you're gonna find you're gonna find a bunch of other lonely guys who are like, yo, I'm lonely just like you. Have you ever read the Ted Kaczynski manual? Want to be not normal in 2 years? Here's the chat room. So. Let's just boil it down. What's the one line here? How do we edit this down? Here's the one-liner version. To fix your loneliness, definitely stay the hell away from other lonely people. Okay? Do whatever you got to do. Do anything. Do something. Chat with people. Go in chat rooms. Don't do that. Any option that's available to you, except this is my new thing. I don't need to tell you. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you X, Y, and Z. I'm just going to tell you avoid C. Okay? I don't need to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just going to say, whatever you do, stay away from 13. Stay the hell away from 13. Okay? Do your thing. Do whatever you want. Freestyle. Do your thing. Do whatever it takes. Avoid becoming fascinated with cutting off your own limbs. Okay? And the loneliness version of that advice is anyone who is sick, deranged, pathetic, low, scum enough to associate with you, do not interact with them, okay? Anybody that looks at your pathetic ass and says, hey, there's someone I could get along with, that is someone to be avoided at any cost, at all cost. It will ruin you. If you're a loser, if you're a lonely ass loser, and you associate with other lonely ass losers, death sentence. Peace. Okay? Find, I don't know, one popular person, one rich person, okay? One talented person. Find one of those people to just glom onto and do whatever you got to do to make them not horrified and revolted by your presence, whatever it takes. And most of that involves shutting up. Don't open your mouth long enough for them to find out that something's wrong with you. That's one of those. He's one of those guys. I don't know about that. Kid. Get him out of here. And then, gradually over the years, you become cool by association, right. And you become normal by association. Okay, find someone like Weck, hang out with him, don't talk, and then after that, you'll be like more normal.
Yeah, I like when people don't talk.
Yeah,
it's chill.
Yeah. And then there's some people that when they start talking, you're like, yeah, you know what? I might be done with you.
Get the broom.
Yeah. broom time. Yo. Can somebody get the broom and sweep this kid out of here, please? Yo, it's been real, but
I got the Swiffer on your ass.
The Swiffer.
Yo, you seem like a nice guy, and I know you're like mad lonely and you're going through some shit, but we might have to dustbuster your ass out of here. And that's all sort of joking, but I think there's some serious advice.
But not really though.
Yeah. I think that the people that you associate with can either be the greatest blessing or it can be a completely dangerous curse that fucks you up forever. And if the people you're talking to is in your Steam games, and also when you're like this, when you're introverted and you're lonely, that's a very dangerous place to be, because even trying to solve the problem, you can jack yourself up pretty bad by finding, Dylan fucking Klebold and Eric Harris to hang out with. Sometimes loneliness is the best option. How about that? How about sometimes maybe you should be lonely for a little while, because if you're going to be hanging out with Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, it's not going to go well. You're going to end up doing some stuff.
Yeah, I would say get comfortable with being lonely, but not like in a weird way.
Yeah, not in a weird freak way.
Yeah, because
you definitely can't be scared to be lonely. Like, that's like fucking weird.
I'm comfortable as hell being lonely.
Knowing people and like being popular is you're gonna miss being lonely.
Most of my time is absorbed by other people.
Yeah, don't you just wish sometimes you'd be like, I wish I could fucking be alone?
Yeah.
Right.
Most of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's important for young men to learn to be comfortable with loneliness and with suffering, because I think most of what life is not suffering in like a gothic sense, but like a dealing with shit tests and uncomfortable situations and like problems. So if you just go with the child instinct to run away from that or to avoid it, or whatever, I'll do whatever it takes to not have to deal with that. Like in the long run, it's worse off. You're worse off in the long run. If you can continue functioning normally through suffering and loneliness, I think that's a sign of strength, and that's something that you want to cultivate. That's like a mental muscle you need to work out. So maybe you should just go be more lonely.
I think people that go and try to desperately seek out some sort of like emotional type of mentality. Like, this guy's like, oh, I'm lonely, I need friends. Or like people like searching for love. I think you need to like really endure the exact opposite for a while before you're like gained access to that.
That's very true.
You can't just go get that.
And you can't. And if what you were looking for is love, for example, and you just got it with no hardship, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
Right.
You wouldn't appreciate it. You'd screw it up, and you'd end up in a very bad place. You'd end up lost in the woods with no idea. Like, if you can just understand and appreciate loneliness and not having love in your life, then if it's ever taken away from you, if you ever get it and it's taken away from you, you're not like devastated. This is what you got to read. If you're ever, can you see it? Okay, if you're ever concerned about loneliness, you've got to just read that. Or any issue. If you have any issue, just read it. I wrote it. Regardless of my below-average grades, I still enjoyed being surrounded by smart kids who cared less about stupid social hierarchy and drama and more about being chill and having fun. However, in junior year, my situation came to a head and I had to go back to my boundary school because of my grades. I was pretty sad, but I knew it would be best for my future college prospects, or at least what remained of them, since there was also the fact that my closest group of friends, most of whom I have known since first grade, went there. They are like my brothers, so I was excited to finally have classes and hang out with them again. Well, of course I arrive first semester, and it's a worst-case scenario. Not a single class with anyone I knew, and all my friends were in different cliques, each of them equally terrible in their own way. I pretty much became a loner all senior year up until quarantine, and it took a huge toll on my mental. A few weeks after quarantine started to hit me. I had finished high school, never having gone to a party, never having smoked weed or gotten drunk, never having had a girlfriend, and never even having been on a date. Remorse set in pretty quickly. The funny thing is that I never even really cared about those things, and suddenly I felt regret. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, even though I have an amazingly rewarding job as a prep cook in a BBQ restaurant where I'm respected by my boss and all my coworkers. I even just landed a second job in IT to work during my gap year. I just can't shake the feeling that I'm going to become an adult and regret never having those experiences for the rest of my life. Should I force myself to have high school experiences this summer, or am I not even going to care in 3 years? Is getting into a relationship at my age even worth it, or should I just keep focusing on myself like I have been? You're not going to know. You're not going to remember these things. It's not going to matter in 6 years what you did. You should wait till you're 26, though, and then go have high school experiences. Hang around in the parking lot and sit and drink Four Loko.
Yeah, you should just exist for, do all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't believe a kid wrote a paragraph of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to shame a fucking poor bastard for not knowing what the fuck he's doing. I want to know where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
I'd guess Midwest, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't have a exciting high school. I didn't go to party. I went to maybe 2 parties.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't smoke weed. I didn't. What else did he have? Never having had a girlfriend or been on a date. I mean, I didn't do that until senior year. You're not gonna remember these. It's not gonna be an issue years from now. Listen, ultimately, you're sort of on your own as a man. The thing about high school is you think you have a support system. You think you have people who really care about you and have your back. Which is I'm not being nihilistic or cynical here and saying that nobody cares about you. It's just that those people, they all have their own lives. They're gonna go their own ways. You're not gonna be 30 hanging out with your high school buddies you ever see Stipe Miocic's Instagram?
Yeah.
He's always hanging out with his friends, fishing and golfing and stuff.
Yeah.
Looks mad fun.
Being lame.
That's not
sweet.
That's not what regular people do. You're
No.
gonna be. Listen, you're gonna have your own life, your own shit. For every man, your quest is your own thing, and you'll be lucky to have 3 good friends. You know what I'm saying? Or 3 people who give a shit about your deal. There are phases. I think it's actually a bad thing to peak in. I mean, it's obviously a bad thing to peak in high school. High school is the pinnacle of your shit. You were the fucking man in high school or whatever. I think and the reason why that is because everybody has phases in their lives that are phases of cold, bleak solitude. And it can't be helped. If it could be helped, you would get out of these phases. But there's going to be times where you're going to be eating dinner alone, or just doing something very oh man, this is crazy.
This is life.
Going to D'Angelo's and eating a sandwich in your car.
Yep.
That type of shit. Real
Going to a wedding and you're an attendee,
mm-hmm.
and that's it. And everybody kind of all the parties fizzle out without you, and you go home and you get in your car after that.
Mm-hmm.
You're the single guy.
If these were
didn't fuck that night.
If these were scenes in the movie of your life, you would want to edit them out.
No one wants to talk about these parts.
You wouldn't want to replay these. And there's phases like that where those roll on into years. You can get years of that type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
tons of it.
Maybe that's not what this guy's going through. But my point is anytime you got some situation like this, I think you have to. It's if you're in hell, if you're going somewhere and you end up in hell, you keep going. You don't stay in hell. You have to kind of double down on your investment in yourself. I would say that the loneliness and the regret and the solitude and whatever, all these things that you're feeling, these are the kind of like the bread and butter of life. This is that's most of what you get, I think, from most people. And you need to learn to like function properly in that with that type of those thematic tones running in your life. That's the soundtrack of your life, is like, you know, eating a sandwich from D'Angelo's in your car alone or whatever. And you have to, you know, fucking.
He seemed like he was getting clout from the people he worked with in his new job.
Yeah, his boss likes him.
Capitalize on all that and then use that.
Be
cool about being cool.
Optimize everything that you can. If you can be likable, be likable. If you have a boss that like sees something in you, you're young, he owns a barbecue restaurant or whatever, continue to be that. Continue to be likable and you know, find a mentor, find a skill, find whatever, do the IT thing, get a side hustle, whatever. Just be constantly trying to optimize these things, and don't wallow in regret. You know, the past is the past. There's nothing you can do about the past. It's done. The only thing you can do about it is let it spoil your future.
Get a cool tattoo and then move on.
Yeah, go listen to My Chemical Romance, get a tattoo, and keep it rolling.